elimination bracket. Matt Schumacher, the pitching great, Monica Abbott with you. And Monica, this is the game, it feels like, at least for the first round. It's crazy that we get it on day one. These two teams feel like they can win a championship again this year.
Yeah, both of these teams have a great history here in the Central region. Indiana was so successful last year. They made it all the way to the World Series and became runner-up, but they are this defending Central Region champion led by their ace, Grace Fiore. And then they eliminated Missouri last year in the semifinal. So Missouri might have a little bit of a revenge story here in a Little League that has quite the history of success in the Central Region.
They sure do. Daniel Boone Little League has been here 9 straight years. And the Missouri state champs have won 2 Central Region titles. Kensley Murphy leads it off. They only returned 2 players from last year's team. They added 10 newbies. But as a whole, this is year 3 or 4 for a lot of these players playing together. They did so at the 11U, 10U, 9U levels. And now here they are with a chance to punch a ticket to Greenville. And it starts with trying to get a win against the defending champs on night 1.
Well, if you want to be tested, then why not play against the defending champions and give yourself a chance to see what you really got? There's nothing like being an underdog, and Missouri definitely has that opportunity to do that today.
Hey, you're probably going to have to go through them at some point. Why not get it out of the way early?
Exactly.
See if you can get a win.
I mean, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
That's what they say.
That is what they say.
Although I doubt people thought that when they were facing you. They were probably just thinking, geez, we got to face Monica Abbott again. Goodness.
Not her again.
Grace Fiore's had a little bit of that aura. Boots running to right field. How about that for a leadoff single?
Second baseman, number 6, Jeremy Himmelberg.
She is the daughter of Missouri head coach Kendra Murphy. Her first year coaching All-Stars, but not her first year by any means coaching softball. Has lived and breathed the sport, in her words, since she was 4 years old. Coaches the local high school team right outside of Columbia. Himmelberg drops it down at third. It's fielded well by Kolish. And up to second goes Murphy.
So a sacrifice bunt moves Murphy into scoring position. I like this move, knowing that Indiana is such a strong team, the defending champions, just trying to get a run on the board early. It's always hard to get the first run across, but setting up your number 3 and 4 hitters coming up.
Indiana did not allow a run through district or state championship tournament play. Outscored their opponents 97-0. How big would it be for Missouri to get on the board in the first inning?
That would definitely be a confidence boost for these Missouri athletes.
One count to Gianna Reed. One of the vets of this Missouri team. Down in the count 1-2 here with a go-ahead run in scoring position. And as we mentioned, Grace Fiore nearly unhittable. No earned runs in 15 innings, struck out 34, only walked a pair.
Yeah, she's been absolutely phenomenal as a pitcher. There's strike 3 on a curveball on the outside corner. Grace Fiore stepping up big for the first strikeout of the game.
23, the pitcher, Chase Bethune.
Just a pretty pitch on the outside corner. It looks like Gianna Reed's a little shocked on the call.
Chase Bethune digs in, one of the returners from last year. Her dad, Clay, an assistant coach, was the manager for this Daniel Boone Little League Missouri State champion team a season ago when they were knocked out by Indiana in the semifinal.
Grace Fiore was the #2 pitcher for Floyd Knobs last year. To Briley Mercer was the ace. Grace Fiore did get quite a bit of time on the mound as well.
Pitched in the semifinals of the Little League World Series last year against Carolina. That was the game that put this team from Floyd's Knobs in the championship. Off speed on the 1-2, misses outside. She was part of the pitching staff last year that opened Central Regional play with nearly 16 shutout innings. They went 15 2/3 to start tournament play without allowing a run. Full count.
Good cut by Chase Bethune, just staying in this count and in this at bat against Grace Fiore.
Well, Chase last year was, in her dad's words, the baby of the bunch. And she's still young. She's eligible to play again next year, even though she's played in this regional before. Goes down looking here. So after a leadoff single by Kensley Murphy, Fiore sets down the side, including back-to-back strikeouts. Indiana tries to score first when we return. Taking on the Missouri State champs out of Daniel Boone Little League, and these two teams were absolutely dominant. 1 run combined allowed through district and state play for these two clubs.
Yeah, look at that. Just their pitchers, it just shows me how dominant they are offensively, but also in the circle, just 1 run given up, and how well matched they are offensively with how much run production they have across the board.
That's 193 to 1.
Did you just add that in your head?
No, that was Lee Torben. Our stat aficionado.
Thank you,
Math
Lee.
was not my forte. The starting catcher, Reese Carroll. Lee Torben can do stats. I don't know if he can catch.
Well, he's good at numbers.
Reese Carroll will lead it off against Chase Bethune. Missouri team that really feels like they can go 3 deep in this Central Region tournament. They used 5 pitchers throughout district and state play, but they like Bethune's demeanor in the circle, a gamer.
Yeah. Chase Bethune, she also throws low in the zone. She throws a curveball, a drop curve, and she throws 2 different changeups according to her coach. Which could hopefully keep this Indiana team, this defending champion, off balance and allow the defense to do some work.
Sort of imposing presence in the circle as well. Bethune 5'8" at just 12 years old. This is upstairs to Carroll. Leadoff batter is aboard for Indiana.
The shortstop, 34, Scarlett Wren.
And now Scarlett Wren will come to the plate with an opportunity to do damage. She hit, yes, 1,000 in the state tournament.
I don't know how many people can say that.
Not many, probably.
Yeah, hit 1,000. Scarlett Wren, what did you eat for breakfast? What do you eat pregame? How are you practicing?
She is fantastic. One of 5 returners from last year's team. That's one of the interesting storylines here for Indiana. They bring back such a large portion of the roster. No throw down. Reese Carroll was nearly at second by the time Bridget Reisenhoover's head popped up behind the plate.
So this is just a great heads-up base running on the changeup from Chase Bethune. No throw on the off-speed pitch.
Strike to Wren. Riding a 5-game hit streak. 1-2 count. And Wren calls time.
No, I like that. That's a good move by Scarlett Wren, calling timeout. She's taking a kind of a little bit of time there, getting reset in her batting stance.
Wren pops it up to short, and making a tough catch, Kinsley Murphy.
Center fielder, 0, Riley Smith.
Scarlett Wren just gets jammed here, but Kinsley Murphy backpedals and makes the catch. But behind the backpedal and the transfer goes down a little bit.
Riley Smith, first pitch swinging, bobbled at third by Reed, and both runners safe. Carroll will stay put at second base.
So Riley Smith not with the hardest hit here, jammed a little bit, but the topspin on it got Gianna Reed with the bobble at third base. No runners advance, so the double play is still in effect.
Grace Fiore trying to help herself out. Ball gets away from Reisenhoover. Both runners do advance. And now a pair in scoring position with less than 2 outs in the first inning. This is Fiore's third trip to the Central Region, and now it's her turn, in the words of J.R. Drummond, the manager.
Yeah, absolutely. Grace Fiore, she's been playing a lot of shortstop in the past 2 years. She's
Goes down swinging, good pitch by Bethune. 2 outs.
That is a big strikeout by Chase Bethune here, battling back on this changeup. Maybe it might be a changeup.
Changeup-ish.
Ish, yeah. Could be a couple other things. Anyways, it got her out, so it counts. Count it. Big out for Chase Bethune there.
Particularly with Isla Hapka now at the plate, who led the team with 11 runs batted in during the state tournament. There's another off speed that seems to be working here for Bethune in the first inning.
Like Coach said, she throws 2 different off speeds, which is important when you have a strong offense like Indiana, Floyd Knobs has, to keep these hitters off balance.
And the other right, charging in and making the play is Rhodes. So after all that, 2 in scoring position with less than 2 outs, Bethune gets out of it scoreless after 1. Daniel Boone, Little League, for the 9th straight year representing the state of Missouri out of Columbia, home of the Missouri Tigers. They have twice won the Central Region, reaching the Little League World Series. Outscored their 5 opponents 96-1 while stealing 63 bases in the state tournament. Their head coach told us, we want to be aggressive on the base paths, and you got to think that's got to be part of the game plan, particularly against Indiana, who didn't allow a single run, Monica, throughout the postseason so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about getting that first run against Indiana and also creating some momentum. If you can create a little bit of pressure and get a runner in scoring position, then the infield has to play in, and it creates more holes for your hitters. It's not going to be easy, though, against Miss Grace Fiore.
Well, you mentioned it, Grace. Last year was really one of their best defenders. They were better with her at shortstop. And, of course, they had Riley Mercer, who ended up being one of the stars of the Little League World Series. And now it's her turn to be the ace this year. And she has delivered to this point.
Yeah, and I think when Coach talked to her, J.R. Drummond talked about Grace Fiore and her improvement and how she is as a pitcher and what she's been doing for this club to create this opportunity to defend their Central Region Championship. Is just that Grace has gotten a lot better. She's a lot more command on her locations, and that she throws harder than she has before. She was gone through some growth spurts since last season.
3rd straight strikeout for Fiore, 1 down.
When you talk about speed at this level, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking, if you're hitting 60s, that is fast, and that is Grace Fiore right now. According to J.R. Drummond, the head coach, she can hit up to 61 miles per hour. Most of these pitchers are going to be in the mid-50s, but Grace Fiore can really bring the heat.
Maya Coons sprays a foul. Monica, when you're talking about a difference of a mile, 2, maybe even 3 miles an hour, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot, isn't it?
It's absolutely a lot, and I think the difference between 59 and 60 or 57 and 60 is huge because it changes the reaction time. But more importantly, what a lot of people don't know, and what I'll share with you as a former pitcher, or still a pitcher at heart, is that it creates a better sharpness on the ball.
Ball sneaks through there. Second base knock of the game. It comes off the bat of Maya Coons. How do you mean?
So the ball just goes to the spot quicker. The angle from the release on your hand to the glove is sharper and quicker as it gets to home plate.
Really good hitting there from Coons.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting there from Coons. Taking that high fastball opposite field. You could tell she was late, just a little bit late on that, taking it down the first base line, but it worked.
Go ahead, run aboard. Ball gets away from Carroll. Up to second without a tag is Coons. the go-ahead run in scoring position. Second consecutive inning that Missouri has had a runner at second base. Bridget Reisenhoover, the righty, with some pop in her bat. Hit her first career over the fence home run this year during the Daniel Boone Little League regular season.
Now that's exciting. Over the fence home run, your first one. I think every hitter remembers their first homer.
Wonder if she got to keep the ball.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope it's in her bedroom.
Up the middle, well struck. Ranging to her left and making the play is Scarlett Wren. And how about the stretch by Hapko? Wow.
Wow, talk about a big-time play. Floyd Knobs Little League showing why they're defending champion. Scarlett Wren, the returner at shortstop, making the play up the middle, but the stretch over at first base to secure the out. Just love how Scarlett Wren comes through that, keeping her feet moving. Just excellent defense from Floyd Knobs.
Meanwhile, Coons moves over to third. Mal Piskulik at the plate. She is the other returner from this Missouri State Championship team a year ago. Yes, first 2 1/3 innings between Missouri and Indiana. Two teams that have had a lot of success in this central region. Already we've had 3 games today. Winners Illinois, Iowa, and Kentucky all advancing in the winners bracket. And now Indiana and Missouri trying to get into the winners bracket. Both of these teams were absolutely dominant in district and tournament play. 193-1 their combined scores against opponents. Matt Schumacher, Monica Abbott with you, and pitching has really been on display through the first 3 half innings of this game. All 3 half innings, both teams had runners in scoring position. All 3 half innings, pitchers got out of jams.
Yeah, pitchers are really working multiple zones and pitches. Grace Fiore already with 4 strikeouts on the day for Floyd Knobs, but not to be outdone by Chase Bethune, working 2 different changeups and wiggling her way out of a jam as well with a strikeout and a flyout.
In the second inning, it looked like Missouri was going to have an opportunity, but then this excellent play between Scarlett Wren and Isla Hapka kept Missouri off the board. And as you mentioned, 4 strikeouts already for Grace Fiore. That one to end the top of the second. And now, after an hour-long break, Chase Bethune is back in the circle. Kai Despain will lead it up past 9:20 p.m. This game was scheduled to start at 7. It ended up starting 45 minutes later than that because we had a weather delay in the first game. Summer in the Midwest.
Yeah, just little pop-up storms with lightning delays. Got to keep these young kids and young athletes safe because they got a bright future ahead of them.
This Indiana team, of course, played for the World Series last year, came up short in a 1-0 defeat, and returned 5 players from that team last year that won the Central Region. Including taking down this Missouri State champion team from Daniel Boone in last year's semifinal. And this team last year really dominated the regional, except for a 2-0 loss to Kentucky in the winners bracket. They later came on to beat Kentucky in the championship game. But boy, they dazzled. Riley Mercer was a big part of that. She was the starting pitcher in the World Series championship. She aged out, and so now it's Grace Fiore's turn tonight against Chase Bethune.
Yeah, Chase Bethune played for Daniel Boone Little League in Missouri last year as well. Coming back for another chance at Indiana.
Guy Despain, one of 5 returners from last year's championship team for Indiana. Leads it off here in the bottom of the second in a scoreless game. Winner will face the winner of Minnesota and Iowa Sunday night at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, the loser will funnel into the elimination bracket, take on Nebraska tomorrow at 7. And there seems to be, from Jimmy Kenyon, our home plate umpire, something that he does not like about the motion from Chase Bethune.
Yeah, it looks like they called an illegal pitch. I think he was gesturing with his hand. Something about the set looks like
she wasn't all the way together.
Yeah, maybe she didn't come to a complete set, or she might have set twice. So that will be a ball on the batter.
So 3-0 to Despain. Looped in for a strike. Here's what Jimmy Kenyon was seeing from behind home. It's hard to tell from that angle, isn't it?
She might have gone outside the pitcher's lane. I think that's something from the front view that you could see that we wouldn't be able to see from that angle.
We are just slightly off the plate from our broadcast perch. 3-2. Despain fights it off. Regardless, doesn't seem to have bothered Bethune. She came back and threw 2 strikes to get back into this count.
Yeah, this shows a lot of composure here. We'll take a look at it again.
What was it, the movement in the glove that Jimmy saw from his angle? That there didn't look like much.
Yeah, ask him.
Despain calls time. And now digs in, has Olivia Kolish and Kara Edwards behind her, and she draws a leadoff walk. Third base runner today for Indiana. They're 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, despite the fact that we've only played an inning and a half. We got the leadoff runner aboard in the first inning on a walk by Reese Carroll, unable to capitalize. Can they do it here in the second and take an early lead? Strike 1 to Kolish. Good pitch. 0-2. Bethune working on her second strikeout. She was part of the Missouri team last year that made it to the semifinal of this Central region. All of these young ladies fill out questionnaires prior to the tournament beginning. One of the questions is, what's your favorite subject in school? We've seen a lot of math, which I am not about, but Olivia Kolish is all about the history. I can get behind that.
You like some history?
I like a little history. She likes a little 2-2 base knock through the left side. 2 aboard with nobody out in the bottom of the second.
Olivia Kolish trying to make a little history herself with Indiana. Floyd Knobs, Little League, trying to get back to the champ series here for Central Division. Kolish doing her best to get this offense started. Great extension on that. Hard hit past shortstop.
We talked a lot about the pitching of Indiana, and rightfully so. They did not allow a run through districts or state. As Kara Edwards comes up swinging. But the offense plated 97 runs, and J.R. Drummond told us, as this team only played one 6-inning game, in state tournament, that many times they just took their foot off the gas because they had all the runs that they needed.
Yeah, and he said that's the biggest difference between last year and this year. Last year, they really relied on the arm of Briley Mercer. Their offense wasn't as strong as that goes foul. And this year, their offense has really stepped up. And, you know, with Grace Fiore on the mound for Indiana, Grace Fiore was one of the top hitters for Floyd Knobs Little League last year. So a hitting pitcher for Indiana.
Well, this is a dangerous hitter in Edwards. Seemed like she just missed on that foul ball. Laces that foul. J.R. Drummond told us she is their rock in the lineup. Can always count on Kara Edwards to hit it hard.
Yeah, she got a good piece of that one on that foul ball. Looking to find a way to get it between the white lines.
2-1, nobody out. Scoreless game in the bottom of the second. Strikeout on the inside corner. Big pitch from Chase Bethune.
Well, Chase Bethune comes back with this pitch, but let's take a look at Bridget behind the plate with the frame. Doing the best she could for her pitcher back there, pulling it into the zone just as a catcher needs. Getting that strike 3 for Chase Bethune. You know, they say pitchers get a lot of strikeouts, but I think that there's some strikeouts that are definitely influenced by the catcher.
I was just going to say, how many of your record-breaking strikeouts were influenced by your battery made behind the plate?
Oh, definitely. Quite a few, quite a few.
Swing and a drive out to right. Rhodes makes the catch, not deep enough for a tag at second base. So Bethune comes back and gets 2 quick outs. And now Taylor Profrogel will come to the plate with 2 down. She is a Purdue fan, being coached by a former Indiana football player in J.R. Drummond. I'm sure there's some good banter there.
Definitely some good banter there. That's a fun little rivalry with your coach.
Fogel over to second base. Tough play avoiding the runner by Laramie Himmelberg. What do you know? A pitcher getting out of the jam. 2-1, nobody out. Bethune says no problem. No blood after 2.
Has just been outstanding. Out to left. And the championship is going home with the kids from PA.
This team from Floyd's Knobs represented the state of Indiana in the Central Region, and then the Central Region in the World Series, and they came up just short. But they returned 5 players from that team, including Grace Fiore, who's now playing in her 3rd straight Central Region tournament, and she's doing so as the ace for the first time in her youth career.
Yeah, what a great opportunity, and so many memories made last year by this Floyd Knobs team, being able to go to the Little League World Series and play against all the teams and the atmosphere and the cameras and the lights. Grace Fiore was a big part of the team last year. She played shortstop did a little bit of pitching and has really stepped into her role this year as the ace for Floyd Knobs. She's improved her command this year as she's gotten a little bit older. And that right there is a good example, that low outside corner, getting the strikeout for Grace Fiore. Commanding both the bottom half and the top half of the zone will give you success.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Fiore. Strike one to Lily Ash. This team from Columbia, Missouri, they have been here a lot. 9 straight trips to the Central Region for Daniel Boone Little League. A rich tradition, and one that's been carried on here by Kendra Murphy, the first-year manager of the Missouri All-Stars, and she's got a challenge here to our home plate umpire Jimmy Kenyon. We are awaiting official word on what exactly is being challenged, but Kendra saw something from the third base dugout and immediately went over there.
Yeah, it's on that foul ball, maybe.
Catcher's
interference is what maybe she was looking for.
You're allowed 2 unsuccessful challenges through the first 6 innings, and then you get a third in extra innings. The 2, if unused, do not carry over. The call on the field is no catcher's interference. That is officially what's being challenged. And look who's here. Drew Drummond, the daughter of J.R. Drummond, who aged out after last season, and her former teammate Briley Mercer, who dazzled on the trip to the Women's College World Series. Sorry, the Little League World Series championship last year. They hope to be playing in the Women's College World Series at some point.
At some point in their career, maybe a few years down the road, but Drew Drummond has been a big supporter of her sisters, and Briley Mercer was the star in the circle last year for Floyd Knobs. It's great to see both of them back supporting Floyd Knobs Little League.
We have an official ruling, and it is no catcher's interference, so it'll stay an 0-1 count. Another look at this from the same angle. I think it clearly shows the glove did not touch the bat, though with the way it all kind of went and the dust popping off the glove, I could see how Kendra Murphy might want to challenge.
Yeah, definitely in real time on the side of it. But you have the challenges, and it's your opportunity to use them as you see fit. And when the opportunity comes, last thing you want to do is go home after a game as a coach and be like, man, I should have used my challenge. What, you have to?
May as well use them.
May as well use them.
It's like timeouts in other sports. You don't want to go home with unused timeouts if you didn't win the game.
Right, exactly. An opportunity to talk about strategy in the timeouts, give your kids a breather for a second, break up momentum. There's so many different things that those break and play can do.
Ball outside to Lily Ash. One of 10 newcomers on this team from Daniel Boone, playing in the 11U division last year. We asked Kendra Murphy, what is it about Daniel Boone Little League that just continues to churn out these teams that continually make it to the Central Region. She said it's just a community that, for whatever reason, lives and breathes softball.
Yeah, I think it's fun too. And when a community like this has been around and had a league for so long, the kids that have the kids that played in the league, they become parents one day, and then they have their daughters and they play.
Oh, it's like Kendra Murphy.
Yeah.
She told us she's slept and breathed softball since she was 4 years old. Now has a daughter on the team, coaches at the local high school, and this is her first year coaching the All-Stars.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better place or way to spend your summers than on a softball field and doing something outside.
Ash goes down on strikes. 6 for Fiore, 2 gone in the third.
Yeah, Grace Fiore just on fire tonight. Check out this rise ball at the top of the zone. Beautiful pitch.
Kendra Murphy's team did not strike out once in 5 games through district and state. They have 6 tonight against Fiore. And if you're new to watching this, that's really not out of the ordinary, because you get to this point and you're all playing state champions who did the exact same thing in the state tournament where they played.
Yes, exactly. These are the best teams in the state, the best athletes from their leagues and the top competitors. So now you're facing a higher level of competition as you move deeper and deeper into the tournament.
But it does present a really interesting challenge, right, Monica? Because so many of these teams, as we're chronicling throughout the weekend, dominated their competition, so much so that they rarely played 6-inning games. And now all of a sudden you're in a 0-0 game in the top of the third, and you've put base runners on, but you've been yet to drive in a run.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, Matt, this is why you play, right? You play for the 0-0 game. You want to be the person in the box that gets the hit, gets the game-winning hit. This is why you practice all those nights and days and spend the time honing your craft at home so that you can then face someone that's going to challenge you, and it's will you step up to that challenge. This is a great challenge opportunity. Indiana has a great history last year being the defending Central champions, and Missouri has that opportunity to do something different, but they gotta get through Grace Fiore first. Grace striking out the side. Indiana comes up to hit next. Oh my gosh.
Yes, a University of Missouri theater student back in the day. So there's your little tidbit of the night.
There we go.
And there's a nice base hit to start the third inning for Annie Fall off the arm of Chase Bethune.
Right fielder, number 4, Farrah Holding.
So Annie Vol gets on this changeup and hits it back right where it came from, up the middle. Great way to start off the inning for Indiana.
And now in all 3 innings, Indiana has gotten the leadoff hitter aboard. They are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, however, to this point. Poling comes up swinging in the 12 spot. Kurt Signetti, her favorite celebrity. Now, the head coach, J.R. Drummond, can get behind that one.
return that foul ball to the first base umpire Grotto. Thank you.
Oh, 2 to Poling with a runner at first. Still no score in the bottom of the third.
A good take right there by Poling.
Hey, keep battling, girls. Keep battling, All-Stars. You got this.
Poling squares to bunt, pulls back, ball 2. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Bethune.
44, the catcher, Reese
Well, Chase
Carroll.
Bethune does a good job here with the curveball on the outside corner. He did enough play to get fair Poling striking out looking. A good answer after that leadoff single to Annie Ball.
Outside to Reese Carroll. Back to the top of the order for Indiana. Second time through for the team from Floyd's Knobs. Carroll reached on a walk and stole a bag back in the first. And another young lady whose favorite subject is math. Drops down a blank. Excellent. Only play at first. Gianna Reed makes it. And another runner in scoring position now for Indiana. In steps Scarlett Wren.
So just a sacrifice bunt, squares around early, gets it down the line to third base. Job well done.
Wren pops it up, foul territory, tracking just out of her reach. Gianna Reed.
Just missed over there by Gianna Reed. You know, she's probably wishing that she had caught that. Scarlett Wren has had a hot bat through the state tournament.
Went 8 for 8 in the state tournament. Running a 5-game hit streak entering the night. Looking for her first hit of the Central Region here in 2026. Down in the count 0-2. Can Bethune do it again? Dance out of another inning with a runner in scoring position.
Right there, kid. You're right there. Right there.
2-2.
So she works her way back into this at bat, evening up the count.
Wren in the left. It is caught. Emma Gilpin makes the catch. And Bethune does get out of another inning with a runner in scoring position.
League championship game.
Emma Gilpin Made that excellent play in left field to end the last half inning for Indiana. At the plate now digs in for her first time to lead off the fourth. Not only does she like to watch tennis, she's also pretty darn good at it herself. Top 5 in the state of Missouri for her age group. And another nice stretch by Isla Hapka. One away.
The shortstop, 47, Kinsley Murphy.
Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Well, you can visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. At second base, bobbled, thrown, stretched, not in time. Murphy beats it out, her second time aboard today.
So good hustle by Murphy down the line. It's a lot closer than we thought. Isla got a nice stretch over there at first base, but just a little bit of a bobble by Taylor. Good composure to pick it up and make the throw. Just not enough time with the speed of Murphy.
So a runner at first for Laramie Himmelberg. Haven't seen Britney Spears listed as favorite singer for a while. Brings me back to mid-early 2000s. Drops down a sac bunt as she Murphy into scoring position.
And so Gianna Reed comes up with another opportunity with a runner in scoring position. Pitch on the outside corner, curveball from Grace Fiore. Just so sharp in her locations.
Ring into right field. It is caught. Farrah Poling with the ball drifting towards the line makes the catch.
To the Motor Speedway.
Chase Bethune for the Missouri state champs back in the circle. Taking on Riley Smith here. This is the meat of the Indiana order that has put the leadoff runner aboard in all 3 innings they've come to the plate to this point. Slow roller, backhanded by Bethune, throws to first.
Yeah, good defensive play by Chase Bethune. Doing a little PFP, a little pitchers fielding practice out there, making all us pitchers proud. You can see the backhand, a couple steps to her left, turns around, makes a solid throw to first base. The 5th infielder in the game.
Delivers a strike to Fiore. You know, neither team has delivered with runners in scoring position. They are combined 0 for 13. At some point, somebody's going to have to do some scoring in this game.
Yeah, someone's going to have to break through, but
mile high pop up to center and caught by Billy Jocko.
Had a really good pitcher's battle on both sides, doing it in different ways. You know, Grace Fiore, she throws pretty hard, but Chase Bethune has done a great job keeping the hitters off balance, using her changeup to induce some weak ground balls and fly balls against the Indiana lineup.
Isla Hapka fouls it off. Remember, this is 6 innings. Anything beyond that would be considered extras. We're getting into the latter innings here of regulation. 0-1. In the air to left center, down for extra bases, will roll to the wall. Hapka hustling to second base, in with a stand-up double. Biggest hit of the night for Indiana.
Hapka really lays into this. Notice how she gets all barrel, elevates this changeup as she drops down and drives through it into the left center gap. Rolls all the way to the wall.
Indiana's now had a runner on second base in every inning tonight. Looking for their first hit with a runner in scoring position. Trying to jump out to a lead here in the 4th. Kai to Spain. Looks at ball 1. To Spain, played on last year's World Series team. One of 5 returners. Looks at the ball upstairs, 2-1.
Chase Bethune. She gave up the big double, but with 2 outs, she still has a chance to work her way out of this.
Again. And she might have. She does. Runner left in scoring position. We go to the 5th. Tied at 0. Starting the 5th, 0-0. Second time to the order is Chase Bethune coming up hacking. 0-1. Well, these two have lived up to the billing tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, they've definitely been battling, going head to head. And being successful in different ways.
And Fiore's had the majority of the strikeouts, working on her 8th. Bethune has utilized her defense behind her. One ball, 2 strike count. Fiore has 8 Ks. 1 away in the 5th.
Grace Fiore just racking them up tonight. Her 8th strikeout on the night, but Reese Carroll doing a great job, giving the umpire a good view for that strike 3 looking, her 4th looking tonight. You know, with Grace Fiore throwing so well and 8 strikeouts, it begs to ask the question, what can Missouri do?
What's the call here on the field? Foul ball? Yes.
I think it should be a foul ball.
Anyways, you were saying, what can Missouri do? we get another look at this here. Super slow-mo. Yeah, came off the nub of the bat, looked like.
Yeah, I think this might.
No.
Are they going to review this? I think if I'm Missouri, I would want to review this play.
Well, J.R. Drummond coming out of the dugout. The Indiana manager wanting a little bit further explanation from our home plate umpire, Jimmy Kenyon. Foul ball stands. 1-1. What can Missouri do against Fiore here? Second time through.
Well, the first thing that I think they need to do is they need to cut down their swings. Grace Fiore is throwing pretty hard at them. She's commanding the inside part of the plate, but start to shorten up a little bit. So that means choke up, get lower in your legs, and just basically hand-eye coordination, bat to ball, as quick as possible instead of trying to really get your entire swing off. Just get to contact a little bit more. That's the key. You got to get the ball in play. I also think Grace has been doing a really good job on the outside corner, whether you're a lefty or a right-handed hitter. So these hitters need to be able to pick a side early and go after it. If they want to go after inside, attack it, or if they want to pick outside, they need to be attacking that pitch. But instead, they're in between what side they're picking.
3-2. Strikeout number 9. 2 gone in the 5th. Fifth strikeout looking tonight for Fiore.
Yeah, and just another beautiful pitch by Grace Fiore, one that's way too close to watch. The umpire's been calling this pitch high on the outside corner all night long, and this hitters need to recognize that that's going to be called a strike.
Maya Coons got hit, and she will take first. Second time aboard today for Coons. Also reached on a single back in the 2nd inning.
This does in fact hit Maya Coons.
Well, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Home plate umpire saying maybe not. And the Missouri coaches are asking for a home plate umpire to ask for some help from his umpiring crew to make sure that somebody can either corroborate or overturn the call, which seems to be that perhaps the batter wasn't hit. I thought it looked pretty clear from our vantage point that she was. There was no hesitation from Maya Coons. And it appears there's going to be a review here.
Yeah, this is a good angle right here. You can see the trajectory of the ball changing in the grimace of Maya Coons' face as it gets her on that inside back elbow.
Should be a rather quick review. And we'll bring Bridget Reisenhoover to the plate with a runner aboard and a chance here for Missouri to take the first lead of the game. Kendra Murphy has already unsuccessfully challenged once tonight, so if this is somehow unsuccessful, it would be her last challenge through the first 6 innings, and then should we go to extras, she would get an additional. So they have officially awarded Coons first base. Here we go. 2 down in the top of the 5th, no score. The victor advances to the winner's bracket, will face either Minnesota or Iowa on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Loser right back here tomorrow in the elimination bracket to take on Nebraska. Tight turnaround for whoever comes out on the wrong side tonight. Runner gets caught. Throw down to first is way off. And all of that just leads to Coons retreating back to first.
Let's take a look at it. Coons gets a good lead. Thought that she might have missed the ball, but Reese Carroll overthrows first base. Coons smartly goes back to first.
High and tight on Reisenhoover. She has been excellent catching Chase Bethune tonight. And now trying to deliver at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
A nice rise ball there by Grace Fiore, top of the zone and through the zone on that rise.
Reisenhoover wasn't quite sure. Was that a strike? No, it was not. 2-2. Stay in the box here. Strikes. 10th of the night for Fiore, pulling all the strings here late. Can Indiana respond? Back in the circle, has pitched masterfully tonight for the team from Daniel Boone. A 1 count to Olivia Kolish. Hard hit single back in the 2nd inning. This Indiana team has had a runner in scoring position in all 4 innings. They have come to the plate to this point, have yet to take advantage. So how do you do it now, Monica, against Bethune?
That's a good question. How do you get some runs across against Chase Bethune? I think the first thing they got to do is they got to pick a speed. Are you going to attack the changeup, or are you going to attack something fast? And because Chase Bethune is throwing so many changeups, if you're a good hitter or a hitter that can deal with the changeup well, you should sit on the changeup. I think the next thing is to realize Chase Bethune is throwing a lot outside. So as she gets strike 3 on that changeup, but Chase Bethune is going outside quite a bit. So do you step up? Do you get on the plate and crowd the plate a little bit? Do you move up in the box a little bit to try to take away some of that curve break? And can you hit that ball to the opposite field?
Kara Edwards, what a glove at third. Reed to first, yes.
Gianna Reed over at third base. When in doubt, stick your glove out, and she found the ball found her glove. Just a laser. She picks it like nobody's business. Easy money over to first base.
The way this game is being played makes one think perhaps we'll never see a run scored. I mean, the defense has been unbelievable. The pitching has been sharp.
I absolutely agree. Defense has really looked good. The pitching has really looked great.
this. Even J.R. Drummond, after that play by his opponent, Gianna Reid, had to dap her up. Unbelievable
awesome.
play.
That's so awesome.
Game recognized game.
Yes. And it's exciting, you know, at this level, at this age, when you make a great play, you can just see these girls' faces light up. You can see their teammates' faces light up for them. And hey, you can even see the opponent's coaches show a little respect and be excited for those athletes' success too.
2-1 misses low. Now a chance here for Thompson to get a board for Pryfogel. Strike floater, it's in. Full count for Bethune. That misses. Ball 4. And now Indiana's had a runner aboard in each of the first 5 innings. Thompson passes the bat to Pryfogel.
Second baseman, number 9, Taylor Pryfogel.
Pryfogel, in the words of J.R. Drummond, her manager and third base coach, all business. What an opportunity here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 down. In the air to right. It is caught. On to the 6th we go. No score in one. Grace Fiore, who has danced out of multiple jams tonight. 10 strikeouts, just the 5 combined hits, and still no score as we enter the final inning in Whitestown. Mal Piskulik, one of 2 returners for this Daniel Boone Little League team from last year that lost to Indiana in the semifinal. Leads it off for the bottom half of this order. The 3 hitters due up in this inning all struck out in their first appearance against Fiore tonight. What adjustment might we see?
We got to shorten up, short to the ball, and start their swing earlier. You know, hitting a good pitcher is never easy. I think sometimes too you have to have just a little bit of a mindset and a high level of focus and determination. You can see Piskulik, now that she has 2 strikes, she's really shortened up. You can see right there, she's choked up on the bat, trying to just poke the ball. And the reason you do this is it helps you get the barrel through the zone faster.
She heard you.
She did, I know, right?
Choked up here for the 2-2. Chloe Jocko on deck. Lily Ash behind her. We've seen batters get a board against Fiore, but there has not been a hit since the 2nd inning. Seen a hit by pitch. We've seen a reach on an error. She is really locked in here over the last 3, where the majority of her strikeouts have come. 10 tonight for the ace.
Yeah, she's just been phenomenal all game long. Getting hitters to chase her rise ball. She throws the ball hard. Up in the low 60s already as just a young athlete.
Really good battle brewing here, though, from Piskulik. Making Fiore work. 8 pitches. And on the 9th, Piskulik delivers a center field single. The first base knock since the 2nd inning.
And such a clutch hit here. Those adjustments, choking up on the bat, shortening up the swing, they paid off for Piskulik. Getting a lead off on base. So big. Just nice and short. She's able to get the barrel through the zone faster and meet the ball.
I mean, that's the hardest hit ball we've seen maybe tonight. Now a bunt dropped down by Jocko. Only plays at first. And a runner in scoring position for Missouri yet again here in the 6th. This time, though, with just 1 down. You can start to hear the Floyd's Knobs crowd trying to get behind their pitching and their defense.
Yeah, getting everyone just level of focus raises. End of the game. Runner in scoring position. Reese Carroll just speaking to Grace Fiore by that little move right there. And I bet you she's saying you got to stay loose, stay relaxed.
And now the Missouri crowd into it. Well, Grace Fiore was such a big part of Indiana's team last year, a team that fell in the World Series championship to a Pennsylvania team 1-0. She pitched in the semifinal game and then started at shortstop in the championship. Now she's the ace for Indiana this year with Briley Mercer aging out. Love this division. 3rd time playing and pitching in the Central region for Fiore. Game hanging in the balance here in the top of the 6th. Go ahead run in scoring position. Lily Ash at the plate. Upstairs. Well, it sounded like it caught a helmet, perhaps the helmet of Reese Carroll. And over to 3rd goes Piskulik. Actually caught the face mask of Jimmy Kenyon, our home plate umpire. Well, he didn't even flinch.
Face mask popped right off like it's designed to do with the skull cap. Now Grace Fiore in a little bit of a bind here with 1 out. In the 6th.
3 times tonight she has pitched her way out of innings with runners in scoring position, trying to do it again here in the 6th. Upstairs, ball 2 to Ash.
I think we'll check out this infield for Floyd Knobs. They're playing back against Lily Ash, who's at the bottom of the lineup. Not worried about the small ball here. Just something to note for our viewers.
And that's interesting because Kendra Murphy, the 3rd base coach and manager of this Missouri team, told us, look, we feel like we can play small if we need to.
When you have a pitcher that has struck someone out, has had 10 strikeouts on the night, immediately all our veteran softball players are going to think short game. But now with 2 strikes, that takes it off the table.
2-2. Nasty pitch and great layoff by Ash. Full count.
Wow, just incredible competitiveness there. Taking the pitch. This changeup just absolutely gorgeous. the take, all of it. That's good softball.
3-2 with a runner at third, one down. Outside, ball 4. Runners at the corners for Declan Gastineau. First walk of the night issued by Grace Fiore. And time called by her manager, J.R. Drummond. Might we see a change here? Or is this perhaps just a little pep talk for the infield and his ace pitcher?
This is definitely a talk of nerves and situational.
You've been in so many of these high leverage situations, Monica. How do you settle yourself in this moment where you're, pitching with the game in the balance?
Well, honestly, when the coach comes out and he's talking to you, you're usually just like, yeah, sure, okay. And then I'm not sure you actually comprehend what they're saying or all the time, depending on how nervous you are or how good you're feeling in that moment. And just try to execute what they're asking you. But most importantly, as a pitcher that each pitch matters now and that you really have to bear down, because the biggest thing that could help your team right now.
Gastineau drops down a bunt. No play in any bag. There was a pump fake from Kolish, and Gastineau is their best base runner.
Wow, I think that was just an absolutely great job all around. Again, just incredible softball, but Kolish with the pump fake. This is so smart because the runner behind them, that could be the game-winning run right there, and you do not want them to score. There could be maybe a little bit more communication because you're in need for an out, but bases loaded isn't the worst thing defensively.
Now the infield is in. Gilpin comes up swinging. Top of the order looming, Kensley Murphy, the daughter of Kendra, coaching at third base. Game-winning run potentially at third, 0-2. From Fiore.
Reese Carroll showing her athleticism behind the plate right there.
Come on, Hannah, you got this, kid.
Chopper to short. Play comes home in time. Now a snap throw down to third. Diving back in safely is Lily Ash. Well, you couldn't have executed that any better if you're Scarlet Wren. Sure-handed it short, keeps the run off the board.
Yeah, so just a good job getting the ball in play, but right to one of their best defenders. Scarlet Wren at shortstop, charging the ball. Reese Carroll smartly secures it with two hands. I don't think she needed to make that throw down to third base. But it didn't hurt him.
We might have a challenge here from J.R. Drummond. Challenging something with the base running. Was it the tag, or perhaps did a runner miss a base?
Let's take a look here at third base.
I mean, clearly safe.
Kind of an awkward slide.
All right, it doesn't appear there's actually going to be a challenge here. J.R. Drummond going back to his dugout. The manager that brought this Indiana team to within a game of winning the World Series last year. trying to keep a run off the board as Kensley Murphy digs in. The youngest on this Missouri team, the daughter of manager Kendra Murphy. She has twice reached tonight. Can create chaos with her speed. 0-2. Wouldn't this be something if Fiore could get out of this inning with a runner at third base, since there was just one out?
Yeah, just situational pitching. She's not out of it yet, but 0-2, it's looking good for her. Kensley Murphy down to her last strike. She has had success in her first at-bat against Grace Fiore.
Well, she's put the ball in play both times she's come to the plate. Had a single in the first and then reached on an error in the fourth. Fiore, meanwhile, working on her 11th strikeout. Trying to keep this a 0-0 game into the home half of the sixth. Her 0-2. Potential game-winning run at third base in the form of Lily Ash. In the air, right field. Charging in is Poling, makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Grace Fiore slams the door on Missouri. And now Annie Vall. Her team a chance, Monica, here to win it in the bottom of the sixth.
Definitely an exciting momentum for Floyd Knobs, Indiana, to be able to try to push a run across, be able to take that amazing defensive effort, getting out of a bases-loaded jam in the top of the sixth into their at-bats.
Annie Vall down the line in right and foul. She's only batted once tonight. That is how efficient Chase Bethune has been. You know, we talked about how both pitchers have kind of done it in different ways tonight, Monica. Chase has pitched to contact. Her defense has been great behind her.
Yeah, Chase Bethune, she has been pitching to contact all night long. She does have 4 strikeouts on the night, but she has induced many, many easy fly balls and rollover ground balls with that changeup that you just saw right there. For her 5th strikeout of the night.
Right fielder, for Farrah Poling.
You got to check this out. Look at the spin on that. You can see it on TV. Just so many revolutions. Just a great change of speed.
Fan fall. And now Poling comes to the plate, looks at a strike. Top of the order looming. Reese Carroll, Scarlett, Wren, Riley Smith. Can Poling get aboard and put a runner on for the top of this Indiana order that scored 97 runs in district and state play? Down, back-to-back Ks for Bethune.
So Chase Bethune really stepping up after her team wasn't able to score with the bases loaded, comes back and gets back-to-back strikeouts.
1-1 count to Carroll. Carroll into center, could be trouble. No, instead an excellent play by Kensley Murphy. We go to extras. No score in Indiana.
Well, folks, we are in extra innings in this much anticipated rematch of the semifinal last year in Indiana versus Missouri. In Little League, the offense will begin with a runner at second base, but it is important to know that the pitcher, once they pitch 7 innings, they must rest the following day. Now, the winner of this game does get a break tomorrow, but the loser will have to play, so it will affect the team that does not win this game. So Laramie Himmelberg will try to move Kensley Murphy over to third base for Missouri. Yeah, absolutely. You got to try to get the bunt down the best way you can.
Bear it up, kid. You got this.
And Grace Fiore has been so strong, so I feel like if Missouri is going to win or have a good chance to win, it might come on bunts. Can they get several bunts down? Can they potentially do a squeeze? Things like that in extra innings. Not to say that they can't win it with a hit either.
Two misses upstairs.
Good job by Laramie laying off that rise ball.
One-two count to Himmelberg. Murphy at second. Upstairs again. Grace Fiore can now not pitch tomorrow should Indiana lose. They would face Nebraska in the elimination bracket at 7 p.m. Fly ball into center, could be trouble. Diving play, Farrah Poling. saver for Indiana in right field. What a star in the outfield for the team from Floyd's Knobs.
Well, Farrah Poling out in right field tracks this down, and she never stops and makes the sliding catch. Absolutely impressive by the right fielder from Floyd Knobs.
You can't make this up. The defense we've seen tonight, unbelievable. Another shot in the center. This one's deeper. Rolls to the wall off the bat of Reed. In to score Murphy. Missouri draws first blood on a three-bagger by Gianna Reed.
Gianna Reed gets all of this inside pitch. Getting full barrel, she sends this opposite way. Over the head of Riley Smith in center field.
Two gone on the bunt attempt by Chase Bethune. Monica, that's the first run allowed by Indiana since this postseason began. They outscored their opponents in district and state play 97-0. And Missouri still threatening with Ari Rhodes at the plate, Reed at third, and two gone in the seventh. Check swing from Rhodes. She went. Indiana will have the upper portion of its lineup due up in the bottom half of the seventh with Wren, Smith, and Fiore. And two. And like Missouri, they will start with the potential game-tying run in scoring position pending this pitch from Fiore. Is it a no-brainer that Chase Bethune would come pitch the bottom of the seventh?
Yes, absolutely. I think for both of these clubs and organizations, they've come this far. This has been a really good game with the pitcher out there to finish it. And Grace Fiore gives up just the one run to Missouri, racking up her 11th strikeout of the game.
Indiana down to its final three outs. They begin with the tying run in second. Chase Bethune is back in the circle. And Reese Carroll begins the inning at second base. She represents the tying run. Scarlett Wren, who went 8 for 8 in the state tournament at the plate, at the dish. Surprised not to see her swinging away here.
You know, I was just thinking about that right before, and I was like, do you want her to swing away? And I mean, the most important run is on second base, and if you can get someone on third base with one out, your odds are really good. And Scarlett Wren has pretty decent speed.
But now you may not have to bunt her. On a pass ball, up to third goes Carroll, and that opens up the offensive weaponry for J.R. Drummond.
Yeah, so Indiana got a little lucky there with the pass ball. Now Scarlett Wren, a lot of opportunity here for her.
Time called. Kendra Murphy wants to go out and chat with her pitcher, Chase Bethune. And maybe the discussion here with one of her assistant coaches is, what do you do defensively?
Yeah.
Are you coming home with it?
I think this is all about the defensive positioning. What do you want to do? Because they can tie the game and you get another opportunity to score, or Do you start to collect outs, or do you want to defend the plate?
How do you determine that if you're in the field?
If
Is it
I'm
just
in,
how deep the ball goes?
if I'm in the field right now, I'm definitely thinking I want my corners in and my middles back a step or two. They don't need to play as far as in, and then your outfield can play normal depth.
This Missouri team, like Indiana, was so tough to score against in the run of the Central Region. They allowed just 1 run through district and state tournament play.
So you can see their positioning here. First and third are pulled in.
Scorcher off the bat of Ren foul. No one hit it harder or better than Scarlett Wren through districts and states, riding a 5-game hit streak. Can drive in the game-tying run here. 1-2 count from Chase Bethune. Wren to short. Runner comes home. We are tied in Wrightstown.
So just a little bit of team offense from Scarlett Wren once the middle infield was back. I think Kensley Murphy had the opportunity to charge this ball and even make a play. You can see Reese Carroll did not go on contact.
Riley Smith. Flair, right side, caught at second by Himmelberg. 2 down.
For Indiana, the pitcher, number 7, Grace Fiore.
Now 11 p.m. local time. 2 gone for Grace Fiore. Should she reach, Isla Hapka waits on deck. And remember, Hapka's last at bat resulted in a double off the wall back in the 4th. You really like your chances if you're Indiana, should you get Fiore aboard here. Oh, 2.
Please return that foul ball to the first base umpire dungeon. Thank you.
Fiore has tonight gone down swinging and flown out to center field. Cue balls at the second base. Himmelberg fires, and we go to the 8th, tied at 1. From Indiana in a tight battle with the state champs from Missouri. Winner advances in the winner's bracket to take on either Iowa or Wisconsin. Loser will be right back here tomorrow night in less than 24 hours and have to play their way through the elimination side of this bracket, starting with Nebraska.
Yeah, that weather delay and is really playing a factor now that this is a must-win game.
The middle, there's a collision and an out. Runner interference as Scarlett ran at shortstop, tried to make a play on the ground ball. Immediately, Kendra Murphy is going to argue her case. Another look at it, but the call on the field will remain. Well, that's so tough, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's really tough. I feel like, yeah, she was going towards that way, but she did not have a play. She didn't have a play on it. It was too far up the middle.
So one down now for Bridget Reisenhoover as Coons stands at first. Snap throw down, tag is late.
There you go, Maya. Good play smart, kid. Get a piece of one, kid. You got this.
Inside corner there from Grace Fiore.
A 108 pitches tonight for Grace Fiore. 11 strikeouts. Reisenhoover drops down an excellent bunt. Good play. Even better base running. Coons goes first to third on a bunt.
Just a heads up, base running by Maya Coons. Sacrifice bunt, but recognizing that no one was at third base. Is a game changer from the base running side. And also just an excellent bunt by Bridget, getting the ball down. Maya Coons, she didn't stop. She just kept going to third no matter what.
Strike one to Piskulik, who singled off Fiore in the 6th. Go ahead run at third, which is monumental because Indiana will begin the bottom of the 8th with a runner in scoring position yet again. Missouri would love to keep applying the pressure and score Coons here. 1-1 pitch coming to Piskulik. This game, of course, important for so many reasons, but now it just feels even more important because your aces are not available tomorrow should you lose.
Yeah, that's where my mind goes directly. This is a must-win for both teams. Unfortunately, only one of these teams can. It's a championship game mindset now.
Popped up foul territory and out of play.
Both pitchers have been throwing so well, pitching their hearts out on the mound.
Runner at third, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. Full count to Piskulik.
Another foul ball on the curveball from Grace Fiore.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming. Fiore nearing 120 pitches. Chopper to second base. Pride bounces it through her legs. 1-run lead for Missouri.
And just a little bit of luck goes towards the Missouri side. Not a hard hit ball on this changeup, but it takes an extra bounce on Taylor Prygoff.
Wow. And how big of a deal now, Monica, was it that Coons went first to third on a sacrifice bunt? Just heady base running by the starting first baseman.
That is such a good point. Getting all the way to third, that brought the pressure.
And now Chloe Chaco, a chance to tack on a run here. The 120th pitch of the night coming for Fiore, who continues to wear a smile on her face. Has a dozen strikeouts tonight. But yet again, her team will need to find a run at least. This time she will come to the plate with a runner in scoring position. And it's a run they need. Down 1 in extra innings. Victor moves into the winner's bracket. Loser is right back here tomorrow night against Nebraska.
Apka turns to bunt. One of the top hitters in their lineup, still willing. Coach J.R. Drummond at third base, willing to sacrifice to get that runner into scoring position.
Boy, and that's a big sacrifice, too, because Isla Hapka led the team with 11 runs batted in during the state tournament.
Just shows how important it is to get runners to third base. We saw that last inning, going first to third made a huge difference for Missouri on a sacrifice bunt.
Corner infield in. Hapka bunts, pulls back, strike 2. But now you'd think she's swinging away here, no?
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's gonna swing away now.
Grace Fiore at second base represents the tying run. 1-2 pitch from Bethune. Goes down swinging, does Hapka. 7th strikeout. 1 away in the 8th.
Number 3, Ty Disdain.
Kai Despain has popped out and walked tonight. Comes to the plate with 1 away. Looks at strike 1. Well, Bethune has gotten better as the game has gone along. Just 1 hit allowed since the 3rd inning.
Yeah, she just keeps getting stronger and stronger. And I just like how aggressive she is. These last batters, she's just going right at them first pitch. Getting ahead.
She's ahead again here on Despain. 0-2. Time call. Indiana has just 3 hits tonight off Chase Bethune. One of those came off the bat of Olivia Kolish back in the 2nd inning. She awaits on deck. The team is 0 for 11 tonight with runners in scoring position. Can Despain change that? Delivers the 2-2 into center. It is down for a base hit and will roll. They will wave the runner. Tie game in Indiana. Despain delivers.
So Kai Despain takes this pitch deep into center field. Chloe Jacko tries to make a play on it, but Ari Rhodes is there backing her up. Grace Fiore was able to score from second.
And now it is Olivia Kolish with the runner at first base. Has one of 4 Indiana hits tonight. No double play, but they do get the lead runner. Despain out at second base. And in steps one of the most dangerous hitters in the Indiana lineup, Kara Edwards. She is their rock offensively, in the words of J.R. Drummond. A big-time power hitter, and fittingly, her favorite player is Megan Grant. Comes up swinging. Could be a good play for Piskulik. Makes it in foul territory. On we go to the 9th in Whitestown. Tied at a 1-run lead. And then, of course, Indiana comes right back in the bottom of the 8th to tie the game at 1 apiece. And so we go to the 9th. Matt Schumacher, Monica Abbott with you. Missouri will again start with a runner in scoring position. And Grace Fiore is again back in the circle for Indiana.
Yeah, what an incredible matchup these 2 teams have right now. This has just been a battle since the very beginning.
Last time we played a 9-inning game in the Central Region was the championship in 2024. Austintown, Ohio beat this team from Daniel Boone. Check swing. And the offer did not go on the appeal over to third. One-two count to Lily Ash. Hard hit, foul. tonight for Fiore.
Number 7, Declan Gastineau.
Well, Grace Fiore's been striking people out all night long, and if she wants to win this game, she's going to have to come up with some big strikeouts and put a 0 up on the board against Missouri in extras.
6 of her 13 strikeouts have been looking. Strike 1 to Declan Gastineau. Now that's a movie I can get by.
That's a great movie, The Sandlot.
It brings me great joy that kids born after 2010 still know what that movie is.
It may never die. Yeah, they did a great tribute at the All-Star game.
Yes, I
for
saw
The
it.
Sandlot. It's very moving.
There's just something about a night at the Yard. Tonight we've had a great one. All-time game here between Missouri and Indiana. Last to the left. Kendra Murphy sends her runner up to third. That is Chloe Jocko. And now she represents the go-ahead run with runners at the corners.
Left fielder, 25, Emma Gilpin.
Emma Gilpin comes to the plate with a chance to deliver and again apply pressure on Indiana. Chopper short. They're going to try to turn 2 here. Can they dispatch throw? Not in time. Jocko scores. Again, a 1-run lead for Missouri.
And then Missouri just manufacturing runs right now. Runners at first and third. First pitch swing on a ground ball up the middle. Fielder's choice to 2. But Gilpin hustling it out.
Boy, that was so close to. Have to be careful here if you're Fiore with Kinsley Murphy at the plate. She's delivered some hard hit balls into the outfield, a single and a fly out to right, and has also reached on an error. Scorched. First to third goes the runner. Tag at third is in time. Good relay by Indiana, and it keeps it a 1-run game.
About Chase Bethune in this game is how strong she's gotten as this game has gone on. She continues to compete hard every pitch, even deep and late in this game.
Does Indiana have another trick up its sleeve offensively? Each half inning of extras, they have trailed by a run. And each time they have answered the call.
Now, Indiana has that experience of what it means and what it takes to win.
Beautiful bunt by Thompson. Moves the game-tying run to third with 1 down.
Just a sacrifice bunt, but sometimes one of the most important things.
Taylor Pryfogle at the plate. In the dirt for a ball. This is the bottom part of the Indiana lineup, with Annie Vall and Farrah Poling still due up in the inning. Tight for ball 2.
Chase Bethune shaking off the pitch. I like that she knows what she wants to throw. Having conviction in that pitch.
The way she's pitched tonight, she's earned the right to shake off a 1 or 2.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to stand on the mound with the ball in your hand. You better know what you want to throw. You better be committed to that pitch.
3-0. Crawford will take it all the way for a strike. Her older sister, Samantha, played for J.R. Drummond in this Central region just a couple of years ago. None of J.R.'s daughters are back this year. They've all aged out. But all these young ladies wanted him to come back this year after he brought Indiana to within a game of winning it all in Greenville, North Carolina a season ago. And now look at this little cat and mouse game from Pryfogel with the game tying run at 3rd, and she will take 2nd. How about that trickery on the base paths?
Yeah, just a little bit of chaos, trying to draw a throw, trying to draw some confusion. I think the most important thing here for Chase Bethune is to realize, hey, it doesn't really matter that she went there. The most important runner is that runner on 3rd.
She was so casual about it, until Bethune saw her.
Yes, trying to just be a little bit sneaky at going into second base, and then Kensley Murphy over at shortstop gave her the no, don't throw it finger. Just hold on to it, and vacated the base.
And now Annie Vall digs in with a pair in scoring position. Indiana's first hit with runners in scoring position came in the 8th, tying the game at 2. This one will tie the game at 3 off the bat of Annie Vall. And now the go-ahead run is at 3rd with 1 down in the 9th.
So Annie Vall does it again.
And now for Taylor Pryfogel to do what she did, stealing that base. She's put her team in a position to win it here.
Yeah, now she's the winning run standing at 3rd base. But Annie Vall taking that high outside pitch and just shooting it back up the middle. Good piece of hitting right there.
Kendra Murphy, the manager from Missouri, out of the dugout, chatting with the home plate umpire, Jimmy Kenyon. That is what the pause in the game is here as J.R. Drummond chats with Farrah Poling. And now brings his base runners over as well. A lot of strategy here. Double play could end the inning, keep the run off the board. How are you playing this on both sides?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of strategy going on here. You have I think it's important to note, you have the 11th hitter up in Farrah Poling. She's struck out twice. Does she show bunt? Do they run the 1st and 3rd and try to steal second base here? Do they try to lay down a squeeze to try to create some chaos and bring Annie Vall in? And what do you do defensively? I think defensively you have to remember that you have an open base, so no matter what happens, you have to play with composure and stay calm but also with determination. Remember, the outs are important, but not exchanging an out for a run.
Game-winning run at third. Farrah pulling at the dish. A chance to win it for the team from Floyd's Knobs, Indiana. And the infield is drawn in. This is a no-runs defense for Missouri. A strike to pulling. Ball pops out of the mid of Reisenhoover. Up to second goes Vol.
See the infield pulled in.
Pulling into center. Short. Dropped. Indiana wins it on a walk-off in the ninth. What a game.
Wow, I'm stunned. I'm a little stunned. What a phenomenal game from both sides, so competitive.